I've just returned from the Bad Apples fly-in at Hodges Field in Georgia. It had over 300 registered pilots and is described as the largest fly-in at Hodges Field or anywhere in the U.S. Some people would tell you that a fly-in is chaos in the sky and you should stay away. Other people would tell you that it's the best kind of festival that mixes paramotors and great people. Let me share with you my perspective.
So here I am, Hodges Field in Americus, Georgia. I'm at the Bad Apples fly-in and I'm pumped. They say there are going to be 200 pilots here this week. The weather's a little bit sketchy today. It's supposed to be very windy this afternoon. And it was raining just a while ago. Got this fog layer sitting over the ground. And man, it feels good. Little vineyard down here. See how it feels down here. A little bit of a bump. Approaching 2,000 feet. Beautiful morning. A little bit of a cloud layer below us. Another cloud layer above, and it is so pretty. I'll turn back here and we can take a look at Hodges Field. It's Wednesday morning. You can see there's a lot of campers already lined up here. Getting a good lay of the land. I can see a big lake over there. I can see a regional airport. Already got to see some other pilots this morning. Some guys I know from online and so forth, and yeah, looking forward to spending time with everyone. So stay tuned. We got a lot of fun and shenanigans to come.
As I make my approach here, let me share a disclaimer with you. I'm a little bit of a new pilot. I've been flying for over a year, about 14 months. I tend to over-index toward safety or caution, and you can see me landing out here in the middle of the field away from anyone. It's a bit of a recurring theme this weekend, trying to be safe, but I kind of expose myself as a newbie in front of everyone. So be it. I have to swallow my pride sometimes and ask for help. There's a ton of experienced guys here, instructors, who are willing to go above and beyond to help me out on a few different occasions. I can't tell you how much I appreciated it. It is awesome.
Yeah, buddy. This is day 2 for me of Bad Apples fly-in. There are 150 pilots. We're supposed to go up to 200. And it was blowing pretty hard today. But it's been calming down and I finally just got up now. Really pretty area to fly. A lot of great people here. I waited until about an hour and 15 minutes before sunset to get my flight. And the truth is, it's pretty smooth air. It's laminar. I'm flying into the wind right now. I did notice there's a lake out there, It may be a little further than I can get today, but I see a ton of cool stuff coming up here, including some fields. Looks like some vineyards, or at least an orchard. So let me go check that stuff out. See what the air is like down low here, if we can fly low a little bit. What in the world? I guess this is a fixed-wing aircraft. I know there were helicopters earlier. Now I'm thinking it's an orchard. Gotta look for these power lines here. Yeah, yep, I can see the small trees. Could be pecan? I think walnut. So I decided to come over here to this lake. I looked it up on a map earlier. Pretty far away, so I'm gonna have to book it back tonight, but just thought I'd come check it out. See, it's actually pretty easy to get away from everyone at a fly-in. All you have to do is take off and fly straight in one direction for 3 miles or more. There's probably a mathematical formula, but when you're this far out, man, I can't even see another paramotor pilot.
Please consider hitting that subscribe button so you can come back and check out some future flights. Well, after I landed on Thursday evening, I took some time just to admire the sunset, watch some of the paramotors in the sky. It is pretty impressive to see. It's like from another world. Eventually, I would sit down, enjoy some time gathering with other pilots and describing our flights. And of course, getting some sleep because we were back at it early the next morning.
Early morning flight here. I had a hell of a time getting my wing ready this morning because it got so wet on that dew, and then the lines were having trouble moving, but all good. I definitely wanted to make sure I got in the air so I could dry the wing off. I'm trying to dip down here, but definitely getting some rotor. Well, that'll give you a reason to climb. Look at this beautiful little field. It's filled with purple flowers.
So I'm pulling the tip steering line here. And I've had this wing for about 5 months, but I haven't tied in the tip steering with the brake toggle to have the 2D steering. Later this afternoon, I would decide to tie it in for the first time. So I am making my approach here, and I know for some newer pilots it may cause some anxiety to see that much traffic as you're approaching the field. As a rule of thumb at a fly-in, you generally want to get up and get out, and don't return to the field until you're ready to land, and that reduces the amount of traffic here. Try to avoid people just doing low flyovers over the field. And you can see as you get closer, it's really not that congested at all. You can see who's laying out their wing and getting ready to take off, where there's plenty of room to land. And so I actually land right here, kind of out of everyone's way. It doesn't feel important to me to land right next to the campers. I'm fine with walking across the field. Man, it'll never get old watching people fly paramotors, launching and landing right here in front of us. If you never flew all weekend, you'd still have a lot of fun at an event like this, just watching all the people fly. But not only that, you can walk around and check out gear, paramotors and wings. You can talk to old friends and new, and you can meet the who's who of our paramotor community right here at this event, including instructors, Paradigm team members, paramotor show hosts, guests, and everyone in between.
Aside from hanging out with paramotor friends,
perhaps the coolest part of this fly-in for me was that I had to reach out for help on a couple different occasions. On Friday afternoon, I attempted to tie in my tip steering on my own. I ended up getting some help from Kyle Mooney and from John Ripa to get it done perfectly, and they helped me identify things that I might have missed on my own. On Friday evening, when I was pre-flighting my motor, I noticed that one of my motor mount bolts was backing out. It's the first time in 100 flights that I noticed anything wrong mechanically with my motor. And I turned to a couple guys with a lot of experience, instructors, and said, hey, can you take a look at this? Can you offer me any advice? And they showed me how to tighten that motor mount in a way that I probably wouldn't have gotten right on my first attempt. I may not have felt comfortable getting in the air on that night if I didn't have their help. Well, by the time Friday night rolled around, we were beginning to learn that there were record-breaking numbers of pilots registering for this fly-in. And the field marshals did an incredible job. You can see them here in red shirts. They're giving us direction as to when the field is clear for takeoff. And despite there being over 300 pilots, by the end of this event,
there would be no collisions on this field.
Great job to those who organized the fly-in.
So I've had a couple firsts tonight. That was actually my first reverse launch. I mean, I practiced it a million times, but I just hadn't actually begun a flight that way. And that's typically because I wait till the wind really glasses off so I can fly at my field without rotor. Also looking for power lines. Usually no power lines where this type of irrigation is, but certainly near a home or a building, so I would expect it to be coming up here.
Well, what else can I tell you guys? We had an amazing time Friday evening. The air became still and we dropped down into the fields and really enjoyed exploring the area.
When we returned to the field, we got to sit down, hang out with everyone, kind of debrief about the flights and have some food and drink. It's just amazing hanging out around the campfire with everybody. I can't wait to get back with paramotor people and do it again. This event was an overwhelming success.
They raised over $7,000 for Resurgence PPG, a not-for-profit organization that helps veterans, but this event was not without incidents. Luckily, every pilot will make it home to see their family. To the one pilot who was seriously injured, it's not my story to tell, but I have to say that my heart goes out to you and your family. You've done so much for others, including Resurgence PPG. I wish you a speedy recovery.